All right, there it is. Made a box. This is a new design, and basically this has the lock on the front with the string, traditional frontiersman style. On the back, it's what I did is I got a bag of about 200 of these patches on a deal out front of Springfield leather, and I mean there's like, I don't know, 200 of them in there, and I've been carrying them around for 20 years. I thought I'm gonna start using them as hinges, and so of course this box breaks across here, and so that's reinforced. And then back inside here I also have a reinforcing piece of ply that's glued in there. And there's this, and then that pulls up here. The lip comes up here, and then you pop this up right here like this. Pop that up and put that back in there, and then you lift out your candle lantern, and inside is a bell as well. Let me get the bell out. And then down inside the box, of course, it's all box jointed all the way through. These are 1/2-inch box joints, and they're finger joints, whatever you want to call it. And then wherever I have screws, I've reinforced the lid with another backup of the other 1/4. And so it's basically 1/2 inch where the screws are all at. And again, on the top, that's all recessed in so that, you know, it makes a nice dot like that. And then as far as the lantern bell goes, let me squeeze the two bottom of these things here like that. There's a hole here and a hole here. And it takes a little jiggling to get them down in there, but they'll fit down in there all the way. And this particular lantern is made for Eagle Eyes, and he's in our local chapter FCF. Get that in there. Of course, like I said, they're brand new, so they're tight and they waller a little bit. Also, these holes, if you get grass and stuff, they have a weep hole on the bottom side back in here on each side. So if it gets full of grass or whatever, dirt, wax, it'll clean out. So anyway, this was all lasered and carved. It was carved with a V-bit and then lasered over the top of that. So it's pretty 3D looking. It's pretty cool. And then, of course, this is all cedar that was cut off of a rural ranger campground in Southern Missouri District. We cleared out some trees for the FCF village, and this has all would have been cut in firewood and from little logs. So anyway, I took those logs, cut them into 4-foot long logs, and then I brought them back to my house, and I have a 17-inch bandsaw over there, and I have a plywood table that's 10-foot long that I turn into resaw. And so I resawed them, and then I cut them into 1-inch boards, and then I stickered them and put them out in the shed, let them dry for a year. And then after a year was over, I ran them through a sterilization in the kiln, which was, just I had to get it up to 140 degrees to kill any bugs or fungus or something that's in it. And then it was ready to go. And then, of course, that takes, gets the wood into a format like this pile right over here. And that's, of course, cedar that this was taken off. That's on a pallet, on a dolly. Of course, I'm a small shop, double-car garage. Things on wheels. And then I take that and I turn it into dimension lumber. And I get it down to the length I need it. And then I surface it. And then I get them, and then I get my glue stuff out and glue them up into usable boards. There's a bunch of red oak over there that's been milled on the mill. And then, of course, that's my planer cart. It's about full of dust, so I need to go dump it. Anyway, so I turn the wood into dimensional wood, glue it up, and then resaw it, and get it down, plane it, surface it. And then I have on these, this is a CNC machine, and it's basically a router that's mounted to an arm that goes up and down, and it knows up and down, and it cuts it all out, and cuts out all of the top blocks, the bottom blocks. It does the engraving, cuts all of the holes for this and this and this, cuts these posts, and then it puts the grooves in there for the glass. Also cuts the door out and the little hinge for this. And of course, this is all custom fit. After it's cut, it's raw, and you have to run it through a bunch of tools to get it refined down. And then the box down here on the bottom is a Tinder Box. Of course, moving on down from here, you have your candle lantern that slides up and down in there for those that you can light up here at the top. Take it down, and then if you want to do anything like, say, the candle falls over or does something down in there, you get a little fire, you can open it up and snuff it. This also has the 1/4 inch or copper reducer, and that's a stainless steel deal. And anytime you have a lantern, candle lantern going, you need to be keeping it under supervision. Do not leave it alone. Do not leave boys alone with these. I've seen them catch on fire. If a candle comes over, falls over to the side, and leans up against one of these woods, it will catch this on fire, and it will catch on fire. So you never want to leave a candle burning in your house or in a FCF tent. And then, of course, the bales, I made all them out of 1/8 inch welding rod. That's just a copper-clad welding rod. I think they use them for TIG welding. And then down here on the bottom is the Tinder Box. And this is kind of a new design. This lantern design won second place at a national rendezvous, out of all woodworker projects. And what I'm doing is just opening these tins up. Maybe there's 2 tins, and inside this is a hot tray. So once you get your flint and steel out of one tray and a candle, you put your char cloth and the other stuff in there, and then you strike it, of course, on your rock, and you get it going, and you stick your char material that's already in here, and you take your piece of char and get it in here, and then you take your candle, you hold it in there, and then you, well, basically you put that right in there like this, because this bad dog will get hot. So you sit there and you blow on it, that candle, until that wax vaporizes, and then it turns into flame, and then you light your candle, pull your stick up like your candle, and then to get this to go out, you just bump this over here. Of course, it'll be hot, but the wooden tray keeps you from getting burnt, and that kind of deal. So that goes in there, and then you slide it back in. So that's the traditional way that they would light their candles, in the 17th century, before matches came along and that stuff. They also used a sulfur match, which was a kind of like a sulfur stick. And anyway, so that came out real good. That's the box. These are about $115, $120, about $130 for Cedar, because it's more problematic than the walnut. Those are walnuts over there, and then the box over here is an extra $30 some. And if you're wanting them mailed or delivered, this is an excellent box for that. And to get those out, you squeeze that together, pop them out. Let me get that out. And you just squeeze them together, pull them out of there, and you drop your lantern down in here. Not drop it, but bring it in here. And what this does is that protects your glass if you're in storage. Like I learned a long time ago that after replacing the glass in these lanterns, that if I didn't protect them from my banged around in the trailer, and I didn't protect them, then the glass would break. So, so anyway, that's kind of what I'll do there. So that puts it all in there, and that protects it. It's got the overlap that lays over it. Push it down, lock that in, push that down over there, and there you go. You're ready to go. A guy could put a little handle on there if he wanted to, put another piece of leather strap and put it on there if you wanted to. And again, these are rough box. I don't sand them, because this is made to be thrown in your trailer, or not thrown in your trailer, but be in your trailer. It's going to get bumped up, because we stack stuff and move stuff around all the time. And that makes a wonderful candle lantern. And it's personalized. Probably what I would do is take some spar varnish. If it's going to be outside much, give it a coat with spar varnish inside and out, and that'll weatherproof it. This is made out of 1/4 inch underlayment plywood, but it's not waterproof glue that's in that plywood. I thought it was at one time, but it's not. And anyway, this is waterproof glue that ties this together. But if it's going to be outside in the rain, I would definitely put a good coat of paint or finish on inside and out. Anyway, there you are. And eagle eyes, that's your case. And it came out nice.